All right, Verdants, this is our third task of our second week of the Back on Track Challenge. We are going to be doing 3 movements. It's a 9-minute AMRAP. You can take as much time per movement as you want. The first movement is going to be an ankle stretch. The second one is going to be an active hamstring stretch. And the third is going to be either a Cossack squat or a weighted Cossack squat. All right, so the first stretch we're going to be doing, and you can use, I'm just going to use a plate. You could use a box. What you're going to basically do is use the weight of your own body to sort of give yourself a little bit of the ankle stretch. Depending upon how tight your ankles are, we may have to change this up a little bit. But what we're going to do, oops, let me move this. We're going to put the foot directly on top of the plate. I'm then going to have my knee going over, okay, and it's going to track where my toes are. And then I'm going to pull down on the plate. If you're like, hey, I don't like how little room I have to grab, that's fine. Just put 2 plates, have this one go over slightly. We're going to pull down, and then what we're going to be doing is we're going to keep that heel on the ground, and we're going to make sure that we pull down, pushing that knee down into the ground. So I'm using my chest to pull down, and I feel that stretch, and I'm creating this acute angle here in my ankle, okay? And we're going to do, let's say, about a minute per side. Maybe it's 30 seconds, up to you. The second movement is going to be an active hamstring stretch, okay? So what I'm going to have you guys do is we're going to be in a lunge. If you need to put a pad underneath the knee, let's do that. You're going to get the chest on the quad, and what we're going to do then, and we're going to connect the chest to the quad, we're going to pull our hips back, hold, come on back, and we're just going to move through that position. We're not going to just hold the static, we're just going to keep moving. We're going to be dynamic through this. Hold for maybe 5 seconds and then come on back. And we're going to do this about, again, somewhere between 5 and 10 times per side. Third movement is going to be your Cossack squat. And what we want, and everyone's going to have different abilities here, but we want, if I go to this side or if I go to that side, I want my squat to look, my Cossack squat to look like it's my normal air squat on the side that I'm squatting to. Okay, so what that's going to look like, again, both heels are down, both toes are down, my hip is on this side of my knee. So if I'm going to this side, all right, and if we ignore from this way over, this here should look like I'm in my squat, okay? So if I go to my regular air squat, it shouldn't look a lot different than if I'm here, okay? And then I'm going to keep the hips low and transfer them across slowly until I get back to my tall chest position, okay? On the side, what we don't want, same thing, we don't want to have the hip dump underneath. So this would be a position we don't want to get to. We don't want to be here, okay? We want to go into our Cossack squat, so I'm going back. I still have a low back that's neutral. It's in the correct position, and then I can stay across and maintain, again, a good position. If you're like, hey, this is easy for me, awesome. You're going to do a little bit of a weighted Cossack squat. You can put a barbell on your back. You can use a kettlebell. It's really up to you. Okay. We're going to hold the kettlebell, and we're just going to go across and increase that stretch slightly.